Hi, I'm Robbie Welch.
And I'm Brett.
Welcome to the Movie Audit. Away We Go was directed by Sam Mendes, who also directed Jarhead, Road to Perdition, and American Beauty.
Away We Go is starring John Krasinski, who plays Bert, and Maya Rudolph as Verona. The couple is having their first baby and are traveling around to see where they best fit in. On the road trip, they encounter former coworkers, siblings, college friends, who all have eccentric qualities.
One reason I liked the movie was because all the side characters were really great. They were eccentric and kind of over the top, but it added some comic relief to a rather kind of dull story.
I felt on Away We Go, a lot of the things that were said weren't supposed to be funny, but a lot of the audience members laughed just because it was Jim Halpert from The Office. They would see him with a beard, and it's like, Jim, what are you doing?
So Jim Halpert's character, Bert, at first seemed like he was a little mentally challenged or handicapped, but then near the middle of the movie, he turns into a normal person. Kind of weird.
I felt the same way. I felt that as the movie went along, they wanted the funniness of Jim Halpert from The Office, but also the seriousness because it's kind of an indie film, and so his character kept going back and forth. All of a sudden he'd be serious and crying, and the next minute he's talking on the phone, falling over a ledge. So they didn't really know what they wanted him to be, and it just didn't really work for me.
It had the elements of a classic indie film. It had quirky side characters, there was depressing bits, hand-drawn titles, beards,
glasses. The first half of the movie is very uplifting and exciting with all the people they meet, and then it takes a turn for the worse. The second half of the movie gets very depressing with all the people they visit, and this is when they decide to show off Jim Halpert's serious side. He's no longer funny and funny jokes from The Office. It's more somber. I give Away We Go 3 out of 5. There were some funny parts that did make me laugh, but also the acting in some parts wasn't very good. You could tell they weren't very experienced, so that's why I give it the 3 out of 5.
I agree with Brett. I give this movie a 3 out of 5. There was some choppy editing, and I didn't like the happy to sad part of the movie, but the soundtrack was really good. Spotlight.
Take it away, Tom.
This week's movie spotlight is Idiocracy, written and directed by Mike Judge and starring Luke Wilson and Maya Rudolph. Luke Wilson plays Joe, a man selected to participate in a military hibernation experiment. When things go wrong, he ends up hibernating 500 years, and the movie starts with the year 2505. What Joe finds when he wakes up is a human race that is completely devoid of intelligence. In fact, even though Joe was just average with regard to everything in the 21st century, he is now the smartest man in the world. The reasoning for this future is that couples with high intelligence tend to have very small amounts of children, whereas those with very low intelligence seem to breed like rabbits. Idiocracy paints the picture of a future that America is heading in, with commercialization being everywhere, and the funniest thing on TV is a television show about someone getting kicked in the balls repeatedly.
You're gonna get hit in the balls.
One thing that makes Idiocracy seem so funny is the fact that this future seems so authentic. In fact, we're not really laughing at the jokes, but laughing at all the dumb characters in the movie that thinks the jokes are so funny.
It's you! Oh man, I really love your show.
Thank you so much.
Idiocracy is satire at its best. Even though we have fun laughing at the characters in the film, the audience leaves with a sense of urgency that something must be done, or else the only thing we'll be able to look forward to in the future is a feature-length movie that features nothing but a naked butt farting.
For 90 minutes. It won 8 Oscars that year, including Best Screenplay.
Mike Judge has done an excellent job crafting a movie that is genuinely laugh-out-loud funny. I give Idiocracy a 5 out of 5, because it's got what Tom craves.
Back to Away We Go. That movie really did make me want to fall in love.
Thanks for watching the Movie Audit.
See you next week.